right, guys, so we are on another round of the Top Head Shaver Championship. So in this match, we're going to find out who wins between the Flex Series first version versus the Microtouch Titanium. So these are two different head shavers. We're looking at a shape like this one. This is going to be the Flex Series first version. Many of you guys know about this one versus this one right here. And this is the Microtouch Titanium. And we're gonna get right into that in just a second. But if you're new to this channel, welcome to this channel. I'm so glad you stopped by to check this out. Thank you so much, guys, for checking out this video and supporting your brother here with the bald head care industry and men's grooming niche. So I'm excited for you guys to be here. So welcome. If you are not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe because I would love to have you here. I do a lot of reviews on head shavers, comparisons, how-to tutorials when it comes to head shaving, beard care, men's grooming, fashion, all of it right here. So this is the ultimate men's channel here for you to help you save some money and make good decisions. With that said, if you find good content here, make sure you hit the like button. So let's get right on this. So who's going to win? Is it going to be the Microtouch Titanium, or is it going to be the Flex Series Freebirds version of their head shaver? Now keep in mind that this Flex Series version 1 is the first one. Pro version is also in this championship, so it will maybe possibly come against the first one. I don't know if they'll be face to face, but you guys will be the ones to decide in the comments below. So I know I've explained this on the last video, the first round I should say, but the way this is going to work is this. I'm going to list the pros and I'm going to list the cons of each one of these head shavers. I'm not going to give you my opinion on these because I do not want to influence the comments at all, but we're going to leave the decision up to you guys in the comments below. So get active in the comments. Again, make sure you subscribe and you hit the notification bell so that way you follow this championship with the different head shavers. You can cast your vote in the comments below. So I'm going to tally up the comments below after a few days and we'll decide who the winner is to advance to the next round. So let's talk about the Microtouch Titanium. This is what it looks like. And this is plastic here. You have the yellow and then the power button here. On the side, you're gonna have like a rubber texture type of feel to it. In the front, you're gonna have the 5 stainless steel hypoallergenic blades that are supposed to be really good for sensitive skin. And these are floating blades. This comes off. This does not, and I repeat, does not magnetize like a lot of the newer ones. This is pretty easy to clean. I did say before when I did a review on this one and comparisons that this does clean really well. You can just unscrew that and pull this little gadget off here and clean these blades out. So it does a really good job with cleaning. You can see on the blades here, they do flex, and it's kind of interesting because these ones flex outward. It'd be a convex, but instead of going inward, they go outward. So it's a little bit different than your normal head shaver. Okay. Again, this does not magnetize. Also, there is no LED indication on what the battery life is. It's just, you know, simply you turn it on and it's on. Now this one, I think the battery's about to die. It's blinking and yeah, does a pretty good job when it comes to shaving. This is going to be the charging port here. This is a USB-C, just a universal charger. Cable would work for that. Other than that, I don't know a lot about online where you buy these at. This is Microtouch right here. It's kind of confusing because online, I went to Amazon. I could not find these on Amazon anywhere. They used to be all over Amazon to buy. I've had mixed reviews. What I've seen when reading the reviews of a lot of people having issues with customer service. If they did not buy directly through the company, they were having issues with warranty. I had reviews that I was reading where the battery life wasn't very good after several months of use. The battery just really went really bad in these things. In fact, I will say that the battery life hasn't worked the best for me on this one, but it's got a pretty decent feel in the hand. I mean, you can see how it fits right there in the hand like this, and you know, they seem to do a pretty good job for me as far as the actual blades themselves. Battery life, again, it's lackluster. It's not that good. I mean, at least this one wasn't for me. That's just a little opinion. I'm not going to compare as in telling you which one I think's better. I'm just giving you my thoughts as I talk about these things. I used to see these in Walmart. They still may be in Walmart. I did see that there are a couple websites where you can buy this, and I believe it was getheadshaver.com or Microtouch Groom. .com. Those are two places that I found these. You can buy these replacement heads right here, these blades online on Amazon. There's like a 2 replacement package. I think it's $23. So that's cheaper than a lot of other companies that offer the replacement blades. But it's kind of weird because on Amazon, you can buy the blade, you can buy like a fixture to sit it in there and clean it out, but you can't find the actual Microtouch Titanium on Amazon unless I just could not find it for whatever reason. If you can find it on Amazon, make sure you let me know in the comments below. Those are the 2 places that I can actually find it online for that price. So that is the Microtouch Titanium. So now let's talk about the Flex Series version 1 by Freebird. This is what it looks like. Now you notice that there are 5 blades on this one. One thing that this one does, as opposed to a lot of the newer ones, instead of the whole cartridge top coming off, these have little doors that open like this. And let me show you. Just like that. Now, keep in mind, you've seen how long it took me to open this as opposed to just pulling it right off like a lot of the other ones, like this one did. Now, this one, again, is not magnetized, but I was able to pull this off a lot faster than opening these doors. I will say, just a side deal, these doors are so much easier to break off too because they're just on little hinges. I will say that these are pretty decent to clean out once you get the doors open. But again, you got that door factor trying to take it off and taking a chance of breaking it. And also keep in mind that the cartridge here doesn't have a lot of real estate when it comes to holding a lot of your clippings from your hair when you cut it. So there's not a whole lot of room in this compared to this one or other ones that have an actual bigger real estate here on the blades themselves. So let's talk about this. On the website, it says that these are made for 0 nicks or cuts, and there is a motor in this that has 8,500 RPMs. So this is 8,500 RPMs. It's supposed to give you smooth shaves. It's got the standard motor in it, basically, the IPX water resistant, which means it's water resistant, it's not waterproof. It could damage. I do know that Freebird is pretty good about their customer service, getting back with you and replacing your Freebird Flex Series if something should ever go wrong with it. Again, there are newer ones out that are IPX7 rated. This one is IPX5 rated. So this one's kind of a couple of generations back when it comes to the IPX ratings that they come out with. This has a lithium battery and the runtime on this one is 60 minutes. Now, I said that because I couldn't find anywhere online how long the runtime is supposed to be for this. Couldn't even tell you how many RPM motor is in it because there's no information online about that. In fact, their info that they list on there as far as their specs has no indication of what the RPM motor is, has no indication on is it IPX rated. It says you can do it wet or dry, so there has to be some type of aspect when it comes to somewhat water resistance because you can shave wet or dry as it claims, but it doesn't tell you specifically what rating it is. So it could be IPX5, but we wouldn't know. With that said, stainless steel blades on this one, and this one will actually come with 5 different attachments. So you're going to be able to get a precision clipper, 3 clipper guards with this one in the package, nose and ear trimmer attachment, exfoliation brush, and a scalp scrubber. So along with obviously the charging cable. So there's a lot that they offer in the package when you get the Flex Series first version. They give you all kinds of attachments. It's a really, really great deal when it comes to the attachments. Like if you're looking for a nose trimmer, personally myself, I use a dedicated nose trimmer myself. That's actually a standalone nose trimmer. Now there is no battery indication on this, so it does not tell you if you're like at 10, 5% about to die. It's either all green and it turns red and then it dies. Keep in mind there is no travel lock on this one. As you hold it down, you will not see any travel locks. This thing gets bumped or pushed at all while you're traveling in your luggage, it's gonna go off. It's gonna drive you nuts. This one, however, going back to it, if you hold this down for 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, it does have a travel lock. So surprisingly, this one does not have a LED display, but it does have a travel lock. So that's another thing going for the Microtouch Titanium when it comes to the travel lock. Back, you're gonna find that Freebird right there for the Flex Series. And right here is gonna be your charging port. just like that. This is not going to be obviously the USB-C. This is going to be a standardized cable unique to this head shaver. This will light up red. It's charging and turn green when it's fully charged. Just wanted to kind of give these pros and cons. One of the cons for this, for me, would be the battery life. To me, is not the best. I've struggled with the battery life. Another thing, it does not have the LED display on this to tell you what the battery is, so you don't know exactly where it's at. Another thing that's a con for me is that this right here does not magnetize. All the reviews that I've read, the customer service with this company is not the greatest. Again, I cannot say that for sure. That's just what I've read in a lot of reviews on Amazon and online. Those would be the cons to this one. Again, the pro would be it felt good on the shave. Not the closest shave I've ever had, but it got the job done. So it is kind of a little pricey. I mean, I guess it's probably up there with the rest of them, around 60 bucks. But I think if you're gonna buy one, for 60 bucks, it should have some things on it like a LED display or like maybe a magnetic head cartridge, something like that. But that's just my opinion. You guys may enjoy and love Microtouch Titanium, so we'll find out in the comments. The pros on the Freebird Flex series would be all of the attachments that you get. It's a great deal when it comes to the price. I think that Freebird has a great customer service from at least what I've experienced. Also on the top right here, you'll notice, and I think I forgot to explain this earlier, it does have a little deal that pops up right here where you can trim. I just wish that maybe it came up a little higher when it, when you open it up, it just kind of that's as far as it goes right there. I wish that it would pop up more if it's going to have this option, if that makes sense, but it only goes about that much. You can use this for your sideburns, maybe your mustache. I don't really shave or trim my mustache with this. I use an actual dedicated beard trimmer. Never really had a lot of problems with the battery life in this one, so that's a pro for me. Again, a con would be that LED display, that there's not one on there. You can't tell what the battery life is. This is just too small for me. There's not a lot of real estate here. Again, the doors that open, I don't really care for the doors because it's kind of hard to get them open, and sometimes you're taking a chance of breaking it, and there's just not a lot of room in this thing for my clippings. Other than that, it's a great head shaver. It just depends on how often you use one of these. If you're gonna be using the Freebird Flex series, the first version, you gotta keep in mind if you have coarser hair, you're gonna be cleaning this out more often than somebody that has more fine hair. With that said, if you have a lot of trimmings in here, you're gonna be changing it out a lot as well. You're gonna be taking more of a chance of breaking these doors off when you open them. It just doesn't hold enough clippings in it. Other than that, I don't have any other issues with this trimmer. I mean, I think it's a solid one. It just depends on your preference. So I wanna know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments below. Would you rate the Freebird Flex series version 1? Would you give it a 1 or a 5? 1 being the worst, 5 being the highest? Or would you give the Microtouch Titanium a 1 or a 5? Which one wins, guys? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if it's a 1 for the Freebird or if it's a 1 for the Microtouch Titanium, 3 or 4 or 5. You let me know. Rate them in the comments and I'll tally them up and we're gonna see who goes on to the next round. Thank you so much for staying to the end. Let me know if there's any other head shavers that you'd like to see in the future. Guys, stay blessed and stay clean shaven, and I'll see you guys on the next video.